Everybody, it's Doom here from Doom Dungeons and Doom Biscuit. We're in the 3.5 Monster Manual, and we're on part 2 of the Wraith. So I'm making the Dread Wraith, which is a size large. It's about the size of an ogre. And here's where I'm at on it. Something like that. There is a skull on there you can't see well. So I did not do a great job. I keep forgetting to go get new black. My black rattle can came bad. When I say came bad, I mean, even though I've shook it and shook it and shook it, it's not coating evenly. It's spraying out lumpy and bad. And usually I toss those and buy a new one, but I've not actually made it back out to the store. So I'm going to get this going faster, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my black here. And I'm going to get a soft brush that's going to be good for coverage. And I'm just going to get in here and hit them up. Probably could add a little water, but I didn't. And that's going to be okay. But that'll get rid of the shiny and stuff that's on here that shouldn't be. Okay. And in the deepest recesses and cracks, as long as there's no white from baking soda showing, I wouldn't even worry about painting over those spots at all. Unless you're getting rid of some glue showing. You know, if there's like some hot glue or super glue that's shiny on there, I wouldn't even worry about that. Okay. I'm going to need a little more black paint. My second oldest boy is moving into an apartment tomorrow. That'll be exciting for him. Good feelings his way. It's always nice to start new chapters of your life and new careers and new homes, and not always, but a lot of times. It's nice for that kind of stuff. Okay, I think we're good there on that. I hope I got rid of all the shiny that I can. Now I'm going to grab my favorite color in the entire world, pavement. Maybe I am. Yeah, I am. You know what? It's probably easier to choke it out the lid here. So I'm going to get a soft brush. This is just a makeup brush from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to start with that and see what we can do. I'm not even going to take a whole lot of it off my brush here. I'm going to leave a good bit on there. And then I'm going to start coming around and creating a different undertone. My glue is getting too hot to where it's popping off. So let's get that off of there. Get another dab. And stick him down a little better. There you go, bud. Your new home. And we just want to make sure there's multiple tones for this base coat. That's all we're doing here. It doesn't have to be perfect. So you can see a lot of that black is still showing pretty prevalently. Alright. Next color I'm going to grab is this dark blue gray. I haven't decided if I'm going to paint the skull, because you can't really see a Wraith skull. I just use that as a form to give it like the head. So, not sure how I want to handle that yet. But I'm just hitting the sticky outiest parts that I can right here. Okay. Oh, I snapped that off. That's okay. That was just fabric anyways. It didn't cost us anything to make this mini. And now that's just going to be how that looks there. I'm okay with it if you are. All right. Full disclosure, I really don't care if you are. I'm okay with it. All right, so I'm going to set this off, just my brush off to the side, and I've grabbed a lighter gray. But let's hit this with the air gun before we hit the next stop. +2 hot air gun of burning. A powerful magic item from the time before. Okay. And I'm going to get this really light gray. And with this, I want to be sparing. I don't want to go over the top with this, or I will completely muck this dude up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my paint over here. Okay. And I'm going to lightly grab some of these tighter, bigger edges. With that little bit I've got in my brush, and I'm not seeing a big improvement or color change, and I'm not catching any serious detail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a lighter gray, even lighter than that. This is called granite, and I'm going to be real careful with this. I'm going to steal a little bit of that. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to grab some of those edges and just create a little bit of a worn, rugged look. Some of those spots where it's going to show nice. All right, and I haven't decided what I'm doing with the face just yet, but there's some red where I didn't get it painted well in there. So worst case scenario, I should get in there with like a watered down black. Yeah, at a minimum, I should get in there with a watered down black. All right, I'm pretty happy with what my look is for my Wraith here. So I'm going to do those eyes in there. So let me get a small brush, and I don't know what I want to do with those eyes. I think I'm doing them in red. I'm going to get this cardinal red. It's a little dark. And that way, if I don't like it, it's not like a bright, fantastically brilliant red. Get in there and do those eyes. I'm doing that nose a little bit too. And I'm going to brush up under that mouth a little bit. Okay. Something like that. Rinse out that brush and dry that off with a hot air gun. So, oh, wrong color. This is khaki. And what I want to do, and I'm not sure if I even want to do this, but what I think I want to do here is I want to get that, and I want to get that a little bit in that brush and kind of thin that out and wipe a lot of that paint out. And I'm just going to try to see if I can drag that along that skull lightly. I did not dry that right up enough. And now you reap what you sow. But I kind of like that. All right. This is metallic brown. I'm just going to use that same brush with my metallic brown. I'm going to hit these chains a little bit. I'm not trying to do a phenomenal job there. I'm just trying to make them differentiate from the actual model itself a little bit, so that they're noticeable that they're chains. Something like that. Okay. I'm going to set that brush to the side, and I'm going to get my black. I'm going to do just a little stuff here. So with my black, I'm going to come around the edge of this hood and darken that area. Make that real crisp. And then where fabric folds are, a black wash would actually be really good on this, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. Now let's do the base. For the base, I'm going to use dark brown. This is burnt umber from Walmart. I'm going to get a bigger brush. I don't know what I want to do with that face yet. I might leave it that way. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. I just don't know. If you're hearing little noises coming from behind me in the garage, don't worry, that's not anything bad. That's just Jawas running by, leaving little smells, as Jawas will do. Ooh, dingy. I think I just heard one. I don't smell it yet, though. Okay. Let's hot air gun this dude. And let's do a nice ring of black around the base. And then put a little super glue on those chains to hold them. Sweet. Yeah, I think I am going to leave that face how it is. I don't think I'm going to put any flock on here either. So the deal is, like, animals won't come within 30 foot of these things without going into a panic. So I assume they just give off some horrible deathly aura. That being said, whatever graveyard or temple or crypt or whatever it is they're guarding or living in, it's probably not full of life. So let's say this one's like a guardian of a temple, and he's out in the courtyard of the temple floating around doing whatever his Wraith business is. It's probably not going to be a bunch of healthy plants there. There's going to be like dead jagger bushes and what look to be like rose bushes with giant thorns but no roses. That kind of stuff. Or he's deep inside the temple in the black void of the underbelly where it has not seen light in decades, maybe even centuries. Okay. Just about done. Sweet. We'll dry that off quickly, and we'll take a look at it. Not an exquisite paint job by any means, but I mean, you're painting some folds of fabric that are kind of floating around two pieces of wire and a skull that's kind of just glued in there that doesn't even need to be there. You know what? You know what I'm thinking? I'm going to get a lighter color. Where's that ivory at? Can't find the ivory. Antique parchment. Did I put it away with my yellow? Maybe. There it is. Yeah, put it in my yellow box. Not yellow box, but my box that has yellow in it. I don't have an actual box just for yellow. Don't have that many colors. Well, I mostly just kind of mix what I need. I mean, to own every color doesn't help my cause. All right, I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to drag that around a little bit on that skull, just like that. Just to make it a little more bougie. Probably not the right use of that word. Okay, it's not the right use of that word. Bougie is like uppity. That is not uppity. That's just a homemade Wraith. There's nothing uppity about a homemade Wraith. Unless you're like a crafter snob, you're like, I only make my own miniatures. I'm too good to take part in the corporate massacre that is economics. I'm not that guy. Homemade miniatures only for me. Now, when I had only homemade miniatures, well, I never had only homemade, but when I had a lot of homemade miniatures, I was thinking to myself, I'm so poor. I am the poorest of the poor. I need monies so I can buy miniatures and maybe even pay some of these bills. But that, obviously, is probably not the good way to spend money if you can't afford your bills. So just because I made bad choices, buying HeroClix and stuff to convert into miniatures, checking out flea markets and trying to buy lots of plastic figures and stuff, doesn't mean you should. If you can't afford your bills, consider paying your bills. Consider being that guy or girl. All right, so that's what we came up with there. That's the Wraith. He's a Dread Wraith, which is like a size large Wraith. He's bigger and meaner and scarier. So what these guys do, we'll quickly talk about this, even though I'll probably discuss it in the short here. Don't forget, they have an unnatural aura. That means animals that come within 30 foot of them are afraid. They start to panic if they come closer. Daylight powerless. Wraiths are utterly powerless in natural sunlight. Not just a spell, but real daylight, and they run from it. Constitution drain, that's how they kill you. If they kill you, they create spawn. Now, these ones, the Dread Wraiths also have life sense. Up to 60 foot away, as if they had cast the Death Watch spell and have blind sight, they will know exactly where you are and how much health you have. Their constitution drain and create spawn is a lot stronger at that point, too. So, Wraith done. And let's see, we're almost done with the book. So, thanks for watching. If you like what I'm doing here on the channel, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon, leave a comment. I love comments. I was going to glue these, but I think they'll be okay if they wiggle and jiggle a little bit and break loose. I don't really care that much. They're just for looks. So, we'll see you next time. Buy some miniatures from us on the www.dungeon-swag.com. Join our Discord, hang out with us, paint, share your crafts, look at the crafts we're sharing. And, hell, do some RPGing with us. I'm running a miniaturized version of Tomorrow Comes Doom, called Doom Venture on there right now, where it's a very loose set of rules, and we're just having fun role-playing and killing some monsters and doing some adventuring. Come check us out on Saturday evenings there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.